So that main event will be Ric Flair versus Rod. But right now on Raw side, and the fireworks go off here for Big Rob. And of course, in our main event on Monday Night Raw, we're going to crown a new women's champion. And of course, whoever wins that title will now be locked in on Raw. Before we get there, as I said before, we got to get through two mammoths who are about to trade blows here on Monday Night Raw. And here we go. Mason Rule's ready to go. Infinite Rob's ready to go. Referee Charles Robinson rings that bell, and here we go. Mason Rule right out of the box with a fantastic DDT. Drops Infinite Rob. And as I said before, we got plenty of action coming at you. 6 matches on Raw, 6 matches on Nitro. And then, of course, tonight live on Legend Series channel for everybody to see Saturday night's main event. Obviously, this is a pre-record. As Infinite Rob now with a big-time backbreaker on a Mason Rule. Puts him down, but Mason Rule's not going to stay down. He will not go quietly into that good night as he fights back immediately. Also, Rob, and now they both lock up these two mammoths now. Backing into the corner here as Charles Robinson has a big-time workload ahead of him here. As they lock back up now. I don't know who you would give the strength advantage to these two giant men here. It's hard to tell, but I'll tell you what, the speed game might play into this, and whoever the faster is of the Giants might get the advantage here or get the W. As Mason Rule really's got a headlock really locked in. He's wrenching it in tight on Rob. Wait a minute, Rob now. Beautiful back suplex drops Mason Rule down, and Mason Rule rolls out of the ring immediately. As Rob not impressed at all. Irish whip off the ropes and a big-time power slam by Infinite Rob. As now Infinite Rob going to try to work over Mason Rule, and he does just that with a nice punch to the midsection and going for a big-time stalling suplex. But wait a minute, it's reversed by Mason Rule, who chop blocks Infinite Rob. And if you're a big man, you definitely don't want your legs chopped out from under you. As you know, all the Giants tend to always suffer from the leg injuries first. It's the tree trunks that go out on the Giants here. And look at this maneuver. Oh, big-time maneuver by Mason Rule. He drops Infinite Rob this time, who now has to roll out to the outside to try to gain a breather here. And now Mason Rule going to bring him back into the ring the hard way and club to the back. Drops him down, goes for a cover here. Charles Robinson down one. And a kick out by Infinite Rob. And now wait a minute. Mason Rule looked like he was going to go for that big-time choke slam, but thought against it here as the Irish whips Rob, and Rob reverses that drop down. Nice back elbow to Mason Rule. He was down. Look at the power displayed by Big Rob, who drops him in a beautiful bulldog power slam. And now Mason Rule, dazed and confused, rolling to the outside just instinctively, as now Rob is in full control here. But wait a minute, maybe playing a bit of possum here is Mason Rule. As now Mason Rule's got Infinite Rob's going to walk him over to that corner and smash his head right into the turnbuckle. And now big-time heavy right hand. Charles Robinson better make sure those fists are open. As now, wait a minute. Mason Rule going to the top rope here. We got to go for a super-duper plex here on. Oh, there it is. Drops Infinite Rob down on the superplex. Mason Rule impressing everybody here again on Monday Night Raw. As he drops an elbow onto Rob. And now, wait a minute. I think we're going to see that choke slam now here. But wait a minute, Rob. Absolutely not. Back elbow here. Wait a minute. We might be seeing that jackknife powerbomb. Wait a minute. Rob's going to walk him over into the corner. I think we might be getting an alley-oop right into that turnbuckle. The power displayed by Infinite Rob as he drives his knee to the face of Mason Rule in that corner. Rob might be in full control here. Mason Rule might be in some serious trouble. As Rob just walks him over, drags him into the corner. Now, they're going to go for a pin. Mason Rule gets up, and wait a minute now. Rob telegraphing it, stopping him right in his tracks. And wait a minute. Oh, nice maneuver by Infinite Rob. What an opening contest here to start Monday Night Raw Battle of the Giants. Big time splash by Rob. As he is now waiting for Mason Rule to get up to his feet. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this power displayed by Rob. as he now drops Mason Rule into the corner with a nice snake eyes, modified snake eyes. And Mason Rule fights back here. Look at this. These two men seem to know each other very well. And look at this maneuver here by, oh, Maestro Cradle by Mason Rule 1. And a kick out by Rob, as he's not going to have that. And now big time hip toss by Mason Rule. Now hits the ropes and a nice leg drop. Going for a cover. 1, 2. And a kick out again by Infinite Rob. Rob might have an infinite amount of lives right now, as he is not going to go down without a fight against Mason Rule, who Mason Rule now tries to knock him, but he gets a knee to his face for his troubles. And look at the neck breaker by Infinite Rob. Both of these men now trading blows back and forth. This is highly impressive. And your opening contest for Monday Night Raw, or should I say just LSWA Raw, because we are no longer dedicated to a day. And I appreciate you guys for understanding that. And now, wait a minute now. Look at this. Infinite Rob now working Mason Rule over into the corner there and drops Mason Rule down. Goes for a cover here. 1, 2, and a kick out by Mason Rule now. What a match to start out Monday Night Raw. This show seems to have all the goods. You look at that beautiful maneuver by Infinite Rob. That might do it. 1, 2, and a kick out by Mason Rule again. Infinite Rob cannot believe it, as he is in a complete disbelief right now. Looking at the crowd, can't believe what he's got to do. Think about what he's got to do to keep Mason Rule down. And look at the power again displayed. Nice slam by Infinite Rob. As Infinite Rob might now have Mason Rule right where he wants him. Might be going for that patented jackknife powerbomb instead. Wait a minute, gonna go for Snake Eyes again. Drops him right across the turnbuckle pad. Now this time gonna go all the way to the top rope. As Mason now getting up, lost the feed, was sorry. Double axe handle, but Mason Rule sees it coming. Look at that drop kick. And now wait a minute, Mason Rule's got him set up for that choke slam. All right, wait a minute, Irish Whip reversal again. Look at this. Infinite Rob is a man possessed. He knows what he's got to do to get the job. Look at that big time clothesline near the corner. He drops Big Daddy down and displays more power again. Puts him down with a beautiful Bulldog power slam. And now he might be going for that jackknife powerbomb. Look at that punch to the gut now over a big time, big boot by Infinite Rob. But Mason Rule fires right back with a kick of his own. And look at this now. Right into the corner goes Mason Rule, right in to Infinite Rob. And now he's waiting for him to get up to his feet here. Now wait a minute. We're going to see that last ride powerbomb. He's got him up. He puts him up in that last rod. He just dropped Infinite Rob. He's going for a cover here. 1, 2, and a kick out by Infinite Rob. Mason Rule now shocked, and he's going to go for right out of the box. And looks like for the choke slam. Instead, just Irish whips him into the corner. And a big time clothesline again into the corner. Both of these men now don't know what they have to do to keep the other one down, as they have thrown everything they have at each other. Look at that splash now by Infinite Rob. As now Rob waiting for Mason Rule to get up to his feet. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here at LSWA's members-only storyline-based content. I hope you're enjoying this here. Wait a minute, we might be seeing that jackknife powerbomb. Here it is. Wait a minute, he's going to walk him over to the corner again. He's going to go for what looks like that alley-oop for a second time and drops Mason Rule again. And look at this, just got him right by the throat. And look at the power, nice backbreaker. Into it looks like, assuming another backbreaker. Really working over the lower back of Mason. 1, 2, and a kick out again by Mason Rule. What an opening contest to start out Monday Night Raw. I keep calling it Monday Night Raw, and I'm sorry. And a big time splash by by Infinite Rob on a Mason Rule. Jesus, this match is going to take years off each other's careers at this point. And look at the power. Oh my goodness, Dominator maneuver by Infinite Rob. And now going to display some more power here. Look at this. Jesus. What power. Whoa. Infinite Rob This has to do it. 1, 2, and a kick out by Mason Rule. Rob is in complete shock at this point. Cannot believe that he did all that. And Mason Rule sticking. Look at this now, Mason Rule. He's got him. He's possessed. Look at this now, firing those shots right at him. He's taking him out. Look at this. Firing those haymakers. And really working over Infinite Rob in that corner. Now we wait a minute. Rob slams Mason Rule off the ground. What a match we are seeing right now. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this now, stomping him out all in his ass. Dog walking it dry. And look at this now. Placating to the LSWA faithful. I don't think that's a smart move. As Mason Rule has literally taken everything Infinite Rob has thrown at him. But this might do it right here. Look at this now. Fireman's carry. Gonna stun gun him. He stun guns Mason Rule. Drops that big elbow right across the chest. And this could do it here, but he's gonna add a little insult to injury, stomping that arm, trying to break it. Mason Rule better be careful here. Infinite Rob's got a mean streak. As Mason Rule tried to go for a chokeslam, but Infinite Rob reverses it quickly and hammers him right in the chest down. As he is now, wait a minute, he's in full control of Mason Rule here as he is now going to hit the ropes. Or maybe it's just thought, I guess he's really placating to this LSWA crowd instead of taking it to Mason Rule here into the corner. And big time clothesline again. Going for a cover. 1, 2, and Mason Rule kicks out again. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. This is just the opening contest. I am highly impressed with what we're seeing tonight as now Infinite Rob goes for another splash off the ropes. Hoping that would keep Mason Rule down, but it doesn't, it seems. As now, wait a minute, as Infinite Rob might be doing something uncharacteristic, as though he's gone to that ropes now. Like he is very comfortable being up there. At 7 foot, I'm impressed. Nice double axe handle. This time nails it. And Mason Rule now really out. Wait a minute, look at that now. Mason Rule reverses and tosses Infinite Rob to the outside. And now Infinite Rob is down. Might have landed on his ankle. Might have tweaked it. Now he's getting back in the ring here. Now, wait a minute. Mason Rule's got him here. We might be seeing shades of his mentor, The Undertaker. He might be going a little old school on our asses. And he is doing just that. Mason Rule walks the rope and drops the arm across Infinite Rob. And now goes for a cover here. 1, 2. And Infinite Rob just kicks out of old school. And that tends to upset Mason Rule as he is now visibly angry. As wait a minute, he might be going for a tombstone pile driver. He drops Infinite Rob right on his dome. Covers him up here. 1, 2, and he kicks out of the tombstone. And Mason Rule now is furious. He is firing shots right at his face. And now wait a minute here. Mason Rule now going to hit the ropes. And nice neck breaker. As he is now visibly angry with the fact that Infinite Rob kicked out of the tombstone pile driver. And he is really working over Rob's neck, wrenching that head. And now wait a minute, will he finally hit that chokeslam? He has signaled for it multiple times and hasn't gone for it. Big time, big boot. Infinite Rob now busted wide open, courtesy of Mason Rule on your opening contest for LSWA Raw. And now another. Crowned his ass with a double axe handle. 1, 2, and a kick out by Infinite Rob. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe I'm calling this action from two of LSWA's biggest competitors. Now wait a minute, now reverses the tombstone again and now chop block by Infinite Rob. I guess what's good for the goose is good for the gander here. Giving him a taste of his own medicine. And now we're going for that maneuver again. Slams him right down on his face. Calls it the end of days. 1, 2. Oh my, I thought that was 3. Infinite Rob screaming at Charles Robinson to make the count. As he is now working over Mason Rule. What looks like a chin lock with his knee applied right directly to the swell of the back. And Mason Rule's had enough of it. And Mason Rule might be going for another tombstone. No, instead, Snake Eyes right across that turnbuckle, going for the chokeslam for a 5th time, and again stops in the middle of it. Throwing haymaker after haymaker. Now look at he's working over the midsection here. He might break a rib. Again, firing those shots to the midsection. He's just throwing fists right at Infinite Rob. And working him over. As he now puts him up in the corner here. Wait a minute, he's going for this big chokeslam. Finally called for, and he nails the chokeslam off that second rope. 1, 2, and Mason Rule is your winner for the chokeslam. What a match to open up Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at some of these replays. Power displayed by Infinite Rob, and look at that beautiful power slam. But both of these men displayed their absolute dominance and power. And as I said before, the question is who was going to blink first, as these two men literally took everything the other has had. And ladies and gentlemen, I think this is just the beginning of something brewing between Infinite Rob and Mason Rule. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for hanging out with us at LSWA. Look at this old school by Mason Rule drops Infinite Rob, and it was this choke slam off the second rope. He knew he wasn't going to be able to choke slam the big man. He was going to need the help of the ropes to do it, and he used the ropes. And there it is, 1, 2, 3. Your winner, Mason Rule's impressing this LSWA Raw crowd, as this crowd has to accept Mason Rule now as a dominant force here at LSWA. And here Johnny Gargano is headed to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the first round of the Cruiserweight Tournament, the first match, the Hurricane versus Gargano next.
Idiots! Incompetent buffoons! What is it now, Commander? Consummate morons, incapable of coherent thought! Are you watching that show again?
Yes.
Why didn't you just watch Pop Blender and Matthew's discussions, news, reviews before the show came out? Whether you agree or disagree, the perspectives provide enough context to know if the show or movie is worth your time or not. Yes, I know. I will not miss another Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central on Pop Blender's channel. Be more than once a man by watching Pop Blender and Matthew talk about pop culture news, discussions, and reviews on Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. And now you know. Televiper, be sure to hit like, share, and subscribe so we do not miss another episode, and hit that bell notification.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and here it is. There's a Hurricane coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been a huge fan of the Hurricane for quite some time. I am so happy I get to call one of his matches, as he has entered into the Cruiserweight Tournament. The second the WWE announced the Cruiserweight Tournament, we knew we were going to have to make a call to the superhero himself, the Hurricane, as he is heading to the ring right now. His theme song, I know I might get in trouble for it, but I really don't care. This theme song is the absolute best. And here is your tournament bracket right now. Hurricane versus Gargano, Booth versus Star, Alpha 112 and Hayes, Mysterio, and Pete Dunne will all be in action next week. This week we will see Hurricane versus Gargano and Justin Booth versus Noam Dar. Now, I'm excited to see how this plays out. We officially have a Cruiserweight division here on Monday Night Raw. Again, I'm sorry, I keep saying Monday night on Raw. So I'm excited to see how this goes. And here we go, Gargano's music. It's the arena. I'm ready to see how this plays out, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're ready to see some high-flying action in the WWE now. Adam Pearson, Nick Aldis said, you know what, enough is enough. WCW has been kicking our ass with the Cruiserweight division. It's time to bring a Cruiserweight division of our own in. And we're bringing in some of the top Cruiserweights there is. This guy being one of them, Johnny Gargano, Mr. Wrestling. Heading to the ring right now. He's ready to go as he is going to take on a personal hero. in the Hurricane. Well, I'm excited to see how this goes. Gargano taking in the moment as he is officially member of the LSWA roster. As a member of the Cruiserweight division. I'm excited to see how this goes. As I said, next week, Dom Mysterio will be taking on Pete Dunne. As Afo 112 takes on Tomosito Ciampa. But Gargano is here right now on Raw, ready to make an impact. All he's got to do is beat a superhero to do it. I'm excited to see how this will play out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us on the storyline-based content for the LSWA's members-only Legend Series channel. As they are cheering Johnny Wrestling here. They know what's going on here. And the bell rings in the Hurricane and Gargano. Beautiful enziguri by Gargano. Starts hot out of the box. He knows. And in order to get this done, he's going to have to take out a personal hero of his. In Shane Hurricane Helms, or the Hurricane. We can't give out his name. No, I just said his alter ego. He might kick my ass. As now Gargano walks the Hurricane back into the corner here, and referee Matt Bobbitt breaking it up. And now punch to the face, and locks back up here, and now wait a minute. Kicks him right in the into the knee section there. And now locks back up now. Wait a minute, there's a deep lock here. Now both men not wanting to give up the position to each other. There's referee Matt breaking it up again. And now chopped by the Hurricane. Locks up again with Johnny Gargano. Like I said, they call him Mr. Wrestling for a reason. You're going to have to break out a lot of deep moves in your repertoire in order to get over on Gargano. As now Hurricane wrenches in that super headlock. I think I seen him do that to Dr. Doom one night. When Dr. Doom was trying to take over the city. Oh, nice big clothesline by Johnny Gargano. And now Gargano might have the best of the Hurricane here. As he now is going to lock him up. Now, wait a minute. Hurricane not to say, no, not today, young man. Or young citizen. Nice X Factor by the Hurricane. Puts down Johnny Gargano. Now the fight goes to the outside as Gargano now laying in those fists. Right to the face of the Hurricane. Now kicks him right. Now look at this. Oh man, what action here by the Cruiserweights to start out the official first Cruiserweight match in the Cruiserweight division on WWE or LSWA's Raw. As LSWA recently purchased the WWE. And look at the beautiful spinning DDT by the Hurricane. WWE, of course, purchased by LSWA as well as WCW. As I said before, Johnny Gargano knows a reversal for every single maneuver there is. There's a reason why they call him Mr. Wrestling, but you can't reverse a stun gun. As now the Hurricane begs Gargano to get back up to his feet with a nice overhand chop and beautiful drop kick by the Hurricane. Some would say that was very super. As he is now going to the top rope. He is going to fly. What a splash by the Hurricane. He flew through the air. 1, 2, and a kick out by Gargano. I'll tell you what, the Hurricane might be thoroughly impressed with the resilience of Johnny Gargano. Might ask him to join his Justice League. As the Hurricane officially a member of the Raw roster starting today. As Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis signing a bunch of the best cruiserweights that pro wrestling has to offer. Starting with Justin Booth, an action figure addict right from WCW, right out from under Eric Bischoff. And Bischoff was not happy about that. But Bischoff did get Peter Moline in return. As Gargano now working over the Hurricane here. And the Hurricane easily is able to break that hold, but it might have took its toll on him. And look at this now, Gargano, beautiful super kick. Lays out, the Hurricane goes for a cover here. 1, 2, and a kick out by the Hurricane. I got to tell you, Johnny Gargano might be very, very happy or very intimidated that he's in the ring with one of his personal heroes. As he is now stomping out the Hurricane. The Hurricane's fighting back here. Nice forearm right to the face. And drops Gargano. And now nice clothesline again. Another clothesline. Wait a minute. The Hurricane is heating up. The whoa, beautiful super kick by the Hurricane. Hurricane's going for that big-time choke slam. He's got him right by the throat. Hurricane now choke slams Johnny Gargano right down, right out of his boots. 1, 2, and Gargano kicks out the Hurricane. Can't believe it. He's in complete disbelief right now as he is now stomping out, dropping an elbow to Gargano. Trying to make sure that Gargano can't get up to his feet here. Now slamming his head off that canvas. Making sure Gargano is on Dream Street. I believe he used that maneuver to beat Magneto. And now he punches Johnny Gargano right in the face on the top rope. As he now climbs to the top rope here. Wait a minute. Beautiful underhook suplex right off the top rope. A maneuver he used to put down Doc Ock. As he is now punching out Johnny Gargano. Gargano now fires off a back elbow. The Irish whip now goes to Hurricane. Hurricane now over to drop down here. Nice leg lariat by Johnny Gargano. Puts down the Hurricane. Might have busted him open. Can't really see much through that mask. But I'm seeing a little bit of driblets here. And wait a minute. He just kind of got that mid-rope spear. But Gargano clutching that shoulder. I think he hurt himself. As he is now taking and exposing the turnbuckle pad. Referee Matt putting the turnbuckle pad back on. I mean, he took the turnbuckle pad off right in front of the ref. As maybe he was hoping to distract the ref long enough to do something to the Hurricane. But the Hurricane, now look at this now. Beautiful maneuver. Drops him down. And he's going to go back to the top rope. He might go for that diving splash again. Wait a minute now. Instead, waiting for Gargano to get back up to his feet. Beautiful Huracan Rana off the top rope. Going for a cover here. 1, 2, and Gargano kicks out. What an opening match to the tournament here. This is the first match of the Cruiserweight tournament. I'm excited to be calling it right now. The Hurricane is waiting. As the Hurricane now might be going for the Vertebreaker. Vertebreaker on Gargano. And now he's going to go for that cover. 1, 2, 3. The Hurricane is the winner, and he is going on to the second round of the Cruiserweight title tournament. As he hit Johnny Gargano with the Kryptonite Crunch. Beautiful splash there, as you're seeing on the replay. Almost had it right there. I thought that could have done it. But Johnny Gargano now highly impressive in his debut on Raw here. Look at his super kick. Nails it right on the face of Shane Helms. As he goes for another cover here. 1, 2, and of course the kick out on the 3. And then of course the Hurricane fires up here. And I thought this choke slam would have done it right here. As he drops Gargano. But Gargano's really, there's a reason why they call that young man Mr. Wrestling. The resilience is impressive. But a Vertebreaker will put down any man. As it did Gargano right here. 1, 2, 3. Your winner and heading on to the second round of the Cruiserweight title tournament. The superhero of the LSWA. The Hurricane. He is here to dispense justice to the LSWA wherever there will be a misjustice. You can rest assured the Hurricane and his Justice League will be there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here into the booth with Tony Styles. I'm going to show you what's going on this LSWA title tournament now that the Hurricane has moved on. We still got Gargano. We still got Booth versus Dar. I actually figure out we'll be taking on Carmelo Hayes as Chado Sima Ciampa was taken out due to an injury. But when we come back, more action. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. with some heavyweight action right now as Big Talib is going to make his way to the ring. I'm getting the note right now. Big Talib is now taking on Don Curvin on this edition of LSWA Raw. Highly impressed with Big Talib. Man, we better be calling tonight's Raw Big Old Meaty Men Slapping Meat. As we saw Mason Rule take on Infinite Robin, one hell of a contest, and now we're going to see Big Talib take on Don Curvin. As he is making his way to the ring, he seems focused and ready to go, and you better be if you're going to take on the Puerto Rican Bulldozer, the Butcher of Conde Navarre, Don Curvin. And Talib looks like he is ready for the challenge as we now await his opponent, Don Curvin. And you know that theme song, it is playing in the arena. The lights have gone out. It means only one thing. You better start praying, because the Don has entered the arena.
And his opponent, representing the Click from Vega Baja, Puerto Rico, weighing in at 260 pounds, the Butcher of Diego.
He goes by many names. Don Diego, Don Curvin, the Butcher of Conde Navarre, the Puerto Rican Bulldozer. Take your pick. But one thing's for sure, you do not want to be standing across the ring from Don Curvin when the bell rings. He is literally an animal. He is a savage. And he will do whatever it takes to get the job done. Even if that means maiming, dismembering, breaking bones, and possibly decapitating, depending on who he's fighting. But Don Curvin is here in the arena, and he's got his work cut out for him as he takes on Big Talib in this competition here on Raw. Don Curvin focused as always, a member of the pre-roll crew. Tone Bone, Don Curvin, Kitsune, and now newly added Bobby Sapphire, as Tone Bone has revitalized the messiahs of wrestling. And he told Don Curvin, you focus on getting your hands on the European Championship or the Intercontinental Championship, depending on what road you want to go down. But first, he's got to get through Big Talib, who is staring him down, not at all intimidating. Neither is Curvin. I am excited. Matt Bobbin rings the bell, and here we go. As Talib attacks Don Curvin first and got him in a waistlock here, as Curvin now drops him down to the snapmere and locks on a nice chin lock here, headlock, really wrenching it in as Talib has no answer to knee right to the back. As I can tell you right now, you might as well throw the scientifics out the window, as Curvin and Talib are just going to throw fists, and they are going to see who blinks first, who is the man. And look at this now, Don Curvin working over the trapezius muscle, drops Talib down, screams to the LSWA faithful, who is terrified of Don Curvin. Now they are locking up deep, collar and elbow tie-up as Talib now walks Curvin over to those ropes. Referee Matt's got to break it up here, as he might have his work cut out for him with these two men. And a clothesline over the top rope puts Curvin down to the outside. Talib playing to the LSWA crowd. Highly impressed is the crowd right now. A Big Talib who is not intimidated at all by Don Curvin. As now he's got him in a headlock, and really, he's got it in, cinched in nice and tight. Curvin might not be able to get out of this one. And wait a minute, Curvin finds a way with a beautiful back suplex and drops Talib right down on his keister. As he now Irish whips Talib, now drop down. And a big out back elbow by Don Curvin drops Talib. And goes for a headbutt, but misses it, as Talib quickly rolls out of the way. And now, wait a minute, shoulder block puts him down. And a big-time club into the back. Sorry, kind of forgetting all these moves. Jesus. As now, Curvin misses a splash, slips off that damn baby oil on the goddamn ropes. How many times do I have to complain about the baby oil on the ropes before these guys stop slipping? And wait a minute, Talib now looking for that advantage and finally got it. He drops Curvin with a beautiful series of moves. Or blows, I should say. 1, 2, and Curvin kicks out again. Now another lock up here. Irish whip. Curvin off the ropes now. Dropped down by Talib. And now Talib. Beautiful power slam by the big man. Drops Curvin down. And kicks him right in the midsection. Like I said, not at all intimidated by Don Curvin since coming here to the Raw roster. Nice neck breaker by Big Talib. And he drops Don Curvin. And now a punch to the abs. Look at this now. Look at the power display. What a power slam by Big Talib. Shades of Scott Flash Norton. As he is now, look at this now, laying in those fists right to the face of Curvin. And now going to work over his trapezius muscle. Going to give Don Curvin a taste of his own medicine, trying to rip that trapezius muscle right off the bone. And he now goes for a big-time splash, and he nails it. Curvin might be in trouble. He might have gotten the wind knocked completely out of him. As now, wait a minute, Talib. Wait a minute, reverses by Curvin. Drops down Talib, stomping out. Big Talib here now slams his face off the canvas. And now stomping out Big Talib here is Don Curvin. Now Don Curvin bouncing his head right off the mat. Screaming to the heavens. As he is now, look at this now, got him right up on his shoulder, but reversed by Big Talib, who goes for a chop block smartly, because Curvin seemed like he was going to start rolling. Going for a cover here. 1, 2, and a kick out by Don Curvin. I don't think a chop block's going to beat Curvin. As Talib smartly staying on top of Don Curvin, elbow drop right to that chest. And a big boot by Big Talib drops Curvin. Curvin right now has no answer for Big Talib, as Talib now is in the corner, screaming. He's going to run at him, and a big-time clothesline right to the back. As Curvin now in some serious trouble. Another big splash by Talib, going for a cover here. 1, 2, and a kick out again by Don Curvin, as Talib screams to the crowd here. And he locks up now. Wait a minute. Smashing his head off the turnbuckle. Gonna pick him up now. Smashes him down. And now Talib gonna go up to the ropes here. Is Talib gonna go for the Talib bomb? He hits the nails. The Talib bomb right on to Don Curvin. Go for cover. 1, 2. And Curvin just kicks out. Talib can't believe it. He's in shock. And he sits right on the chest of Curvin. As I said before, you might as well throw scientifics out the window. This is going to be just two meaty old men slapping meat. As Talib now stomping on the hands of Don Curvin. Hits the ropes, goes for a headbutt and nails it onto Curvin. But Curvin has the head of a coconut. And it's going to affect you just as much as it affects him. Irish whip now off the ropes goes Curvin. Now wait a minute, Talib. Beautiful German suplex by Big Talib. Puts down Don Curvin. And now working over the lower back of Curvin as he continues his offense assault onto Don Curvin. Someone must have told him about Don Curvin. Look at that maneuver. Clubs him right in the back of the neck and head. Stomping at the legs. Someone told him, you better keep an eye on Don Curvin. You better not take him lightly. And Talib is definitely not taking Curvin lightly, as he is now going to drop Curvin into the corner. Curvin is in some serious trouble here. Tomebone and the rest of the pre-roll crew must be watching backstage in disbelief, as Curvin has no answer for Big Talib. Big time back body drop. And I spoke too soon here, as Curvin now firing back finally. With a nice, beautiful Blue Thunder Bomb, puts down Big Talib. And look at this. Oh, he's got him in the Capo's Nightmare. He's got him in the Capo's Nightmare. He's trying to choke him out. Will he choke out Talib? Talib finally fighting back. Not going to get choked out tonight, it seems, as he is fighting back on Don Curvin. And now what a maneuver. Slams him right down on his face. Going for a cover here. 1, 2. And Don Curvin grabs the ropes just in time. And Talib is furious with that. Thought he had the victory. Didn't anticipate. Curvin just reaching out and grabbing that rope. As now Talib just waits for Curvin to get back up to his feet. But that might have been a mistake as Curvin now, look at this. Curvin now going to go for what looks like a big-time neck breaker. Puts Talib down. Curvin now going to splash him now. Wait a minute, headbutt to the head and busts Talib wide open. As now Curvin screams to the heavens, now overhand fist. And now look at this, now he's got him in a claw. He's trying to squeeze the head, trying to squeeze his eyeballs right out of his head, trying to pop his head like a pimple, slams his head off the canvas. I think Curvin now going to go for Capo's Nightmare. He's got it locked on the Capo's Nightmare again. Talib might be in some serious trouble here. Don Curvin's got the Capo's Nightmare locked in. Could this do it? Wait a minute now. Curvin let him go. Curvin might want to try to end him another way, and I think that was a mistake. As now Curvin basically can do whatever he wants at this point. 1, 2, and Talib kicks out. Don Curvin can't believe it. He is completely shocked right now. And now hitting those ropes with a beautiful headbutt. Curvin now's angry. Doesn't know what he's going to have to do to keep the big man down. Big Talib back up to his feet. And now up on a fireman's carry. Curvin walking him over. Going to stun gun him off the ropes. Telling him, begging him to get back up to his feet. What's Curvin got planned here? Curvin kicks him right in the chest. And Curvin tried to go for a shoulder tackle, but Talib just sidestepped it. And now Talib back in control here. I think that was the mistake that Talib was waiting for. Talib now hitting the ropes. And another big time splash by Talib. As he is now waiting for Don Curvin to get up to his feet. Curvin tried to get arrogant, and wait a minute now. What a power bomb by Big Talib. Going for a cover here. 1, 2, and Big Talib gets the big time victory over Don Curvin. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. Curvin could have had this one, but decided to let go of the Capo's Nightmare for some reason. Try to add insult to injury, but it backfired. As Talib, look at these replays. Talib threw everything he had at Don Curvin and then some. As you're seeing the Talib bomb right here. Nails every bit of it. And still wasn't enough, but it was this power bomb that drove Curvin right down to the mat, knocked everything out of him. And here is your winner, Big Talib. That will definitely impress the brass here at the LSWA. As Big Talib is ready to do battle with whoever is in front of him. What a match, ladies and gentlemen, here on Monday, on Raw, on LSWA's Raw. Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. As always, I am your host, Tony Styles. When we come back, or as a matter of fact, wait a minute, I think we're going to a promo with Justin Booth, the new member of the LSWA roster, as the next match will be him versus Noam Dar in the Cruiserweight title tournament. So let's just go right now to one Justin Booth.
Tonight is the night, the first round of the WWF Cruiserweight Championship Tournament, and my first opponent is Noam Dar. Now, to make a long story short, he and I have a long history against each other. We faced each other several times in Japan, Europe, hell, even on the independent scene here in the United States. But this right here is the biggest stage that we've ever been on. The LSWA's WWF reign in a tournament to crown the very first WWF Cruiserweight Champion under the LSWA banner. Now, I don't know what Noam Dar's methods of preparation. Mine is simply the same as it's always been. Brutality, violence, and destruction. The same thing that has led me to championship gold elsewhere is going to be the exact same thing here at LSWA. Now, to address a little situation that's going on outside of this tournament, one of the participants who got traded to WWF with me seems to be a little distracted. See, he's focusing more on the WWF Intercontinental Champion Nico Tronis, his girlfriend Stephanie Fakira, and his little side chick of his own, Julie. I'm talking about Alpha 112, of course. Now, you want to focus on that, fine. But you better have your head on straight in this tournament, because guess what? If you don't, history's going to repeat itself. You're going to get a opponent stump, and I'm walking away WWF Cruiserweight Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at LSWA's Raw. And here you go, the newest member of the Raw roster. The Saponi Werewolf, Justin Booth, is here. Ladies and gentlemen, I am excited. This young man from the WCW brand was signed when Tomebone was filling in for me at the Gimmick Factory and saw this young man compete and was like, why the hell don't we have a Cruiserweight division here? And Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce looked at each other and said, you're right, why don't we have one? And immediately rectified that, and Tomebone said, if you're going to do that, you better sign this young man in Action Figure Addict 112. And Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis looked at him again and said, you're right again. And we find ourselves here now with Justin Booth on the Raw roster, fighting in this Cruiserweight title tournament against Noam Dar. As you saw earlier today, the Hurricane advanced and is now awaiting the winner of this match in the second round. As I said before, next week's matches will be Action Figure Addict 112 versus Carmelo Hayes. And of course, Dominic Mysterio versus Pete Dunne. But Justin Booth is here. He is focused, as you can see. The newest member of the Raw roster. He's got a lot to prove here tonight, as his last match in WCW wasn't the best way to go out, as he lost in six-man competition with him and his friend Jacob Fatu and Don Curvin, who's apparently been on quite a losing streak. As now, here we go. Supernova number 11, Noam Dar, is now heading to the ring. As he is now waiting, Noam Dar officially signed today as a member of the WWF Cruiserweight division.
Scotland, weighing in at 100.
He is heading to the ring now. He's got a tall order ahead of him. And Justin Booth, although Justin Booth has a lot to prove here, as he comes in with a reputation and a name for himself. And he's got to prove to this whole crowd that he is worth the signing, that he is worth being on this roster now, competing for a championship already. I mean, listen, you're going to have to beat a guy the likes of Noam Dar. It's already going to be impressive. So let's see if Justin Booth can get it done, as Noam Dar looks just as focused as his opponent right now. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for watching the storyline-based content here on the Members Only Legend Series channel. As you know, as a member, you'll get this, and you'll get much more other stuff like the Wake and Bake. But right now, let's get back to the action, as Justin Booth and Noam Dar are getting ready to lock horns right now. Charles Robinson rings the bell, and here we go. Justin Booth now right out of the ring with a chop right to the chest here. An interesting collar elbow tie, but he's got both hands on the inside trying to make sure Noam Dar maybe don't headbutt him, as Noam Dar has been known to headbutt people on the collar elbow tie. But clearly I'm just making that up, so if anybody thinks that's real, it's not. But now Justin Booth and Dar lock back up. And now a headlock Justin Booth's got it in tight. Justin Booth wants to get a victory here, as I said before, to prove to Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis they made the right decision in signing him and bringing him here to the LSWA roster. And I think they did. I've seen this man. I've called a lot of his matches on the WCW side of things, and I think he's got a bright, bright future here on the Raw brand. But first things first, got to beat Noam Dar. Got to advance here in the title tournament, possibly get to the finals, which will happen at King of the Ring, and we will crown a new Cruiserweight champion. And also next week, the King of the Ring tournament does start. I'm going to have to break that down. To get to the King of the Ring, I'm not sure I'm going to break that down just yet, but we're going to break that down for sure. As Noam Dar now locks on an arm lock, and it looks like he's going to wrench it over and slams Justin Booth's face right off the canvas as Justin Booth fights right back. Not impressed at all with the maneuvers of Noam Dar just yet. He's dropped down here by Justin Booth. A nice arm drag by Justin Booth. Puts him down. Shades of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And a kick right to the chest. And look at this now. Beautiful Russian leg sweep. Justin Booth proving everybody that he definitely has the moveset to get the job done. The question is, can he actually get the job done? As Noam Dar wants to prove something too, that they made a right decision in signing his ass as well. And ladies and gentlemen, this is just the beginning. We got a lot more cruiserweights that we are signing. These are just the ones we put in this title tournament first. As Dar now working over the hands of Justin Booth. Now kicking Justin Booth right in the face. Now really just trying to insult Justin Booth and trying to frustrate him. Maybe to making a mistake. Now Irish whip off the ropes goes Booth. Now drop down by Dar. And now beautiful spine buster by Noam Dar. Gonna go for a cover here. One. And a kick out by Justin Booth. As I said before, ladies and gentlemen, WWE is not really privy to the Cruiserweight division, as they tend to stay with the heavyweights. But when Tombone walked in here and said, yo man, we need a Cruiserweight division. We need to spice things up. We need to speed it up here. They took a look at some of the cruiserweights in the independent scene and in Japan and overseas, and they were like, hey man, we are making a mistake. We need to sign some of these guys and showcase some of them right here at the LSWA's Raw. WCW's doing it. We should be doing it too. And man, so far, some of these guys that they got are highly impressive already, as you are seeing right now. Look at these maneuvers by Justin Booth here. As he now goes to the top rope and crowns Noam Dar, drops him right down to the canvas. And now, man, going back to the top rope. Let's see what he's got planned here. Going for a little like a coup de grace, but missed it. The Saponi Stomp, he calls it. And beautiful burning hammer. And now hitting the ropes and dropping a forearm right across the chest of Noam Dar. Noam Dar might have bit off more than he can chew fighting Justin Booth, the Saponi Werewolf. As he is now tossed off the top rope. Oh, wait a minute now. Noam Dar knocking him right off the apron down to the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here with the storyline-based content on the Legend Series channel here. Look at this now. Beautiful maneuver. Drops Dar right on the concrete floor face first. That'll definitely knock out some teeth. That'll really change the complexion of your smile. As now he is really going to work over Dar on the outside here. Single leg DDT back on the concrete floor. I think that might have done more damage to Justin than it did Dar. As Justin now walking him over and rolling him right back into the ring. Justin Booth seems to be in firm control here. Is he going to go? Instead of begging Dar to get to his feet. Nice, beautiful chop. Drops him down. Goes for a cover here. 1, 2, and a kick out again by Noam Dar. Now punching him right in the head is the Saponi Werewolf. The Dar now kicks him back. Wait a minute now. Beautiful maneuver. Forearm right to the face. Justin Booth now waiting for him to get back up to his feet here. Punching him. Beautiful maneuver there. I always forget that. I always forget that when the name of that move. And now look at this now. Another beautiful pinning maneuver now locking him up. And what looks like a heel lock. Dar might tap. Noam Dar might tap. And he doesn't, as Justin Booth now lets it go, being a sportsman here and not holding it on any longer than he should. Anyway, for the coup de grace, missed it again. The Saponi style missed. And Dar now has got a submission of his own, was waiting for Justin Booth to go for that. But now Justin Booth, beautiful reversal here. Breaks that up, but the damage might be done on Justin Booth's ankle. As now Booth, now look at this. Beautiful pile driver. Drives Noam Dar down to the canvas head first. That'll definitely do some damage to some vertebrae. Now dropped out by Justin Booth with a beautiful arm drag maneuver. As now Justin Booth stomping him out. I think Noam Dar is hurt. It looked like he might have taken a spill there. One on that pile driver, two. And he did. Something's going on with Noam Dar on that pile driver. But the winner is the Saponi Werewolf, Justin Booth, as he nails a beautiful arm drag here. Look at some of these moves off the top rope. Forearm right there. As he is your winner. I want to show that. A pile driver. As now the medical staff is tending to Noam Dar as Justin Booth plays for the crowd. This crowd doesn't know what to make of it. They're happy that Justin Booth won. I'm happy that Justin Booth won. He deserves it. He's moving on to the title tournament. And ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be him and the Hurricane in the second round of the title tournament. But right now, as he plays to the crowd, the medical staff tends to Noam Dar. You don't want to wish any kind of injury. You want to hope for speedy recovery for Noam Dar. He's going to be okay. But Justin Booth now moves forward in the title tournament. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Tomebone and Bret the Hitman Hart exchanging some words. Tomebone and Bret, wait a minute, Bret Hart now firing shot, but Tomebone reverses. What's going on? This is happening backstage live right now. Tomebone, the number one contender for the WWF Championship. He's attacking the champion right now before Saturday night's main event this weekend. And Hitman firing back now. Hitman's had enough. Hitman was just trying to have some words. And Tomebone, look at this now. Hitman, beautiful Manhattan drop now, puts Tomebone down. With a beautiful knee fade right to the face. Tomebone now, it looks like, as Hitman walks away. What the hell was that about?
When Chaparino steps into the ring, his heart is racing, feels the sting with every cheer. He's not alone, he knows the fight is all his own. He'll rise above, he won't back down. A lion spirit claim the crown. With fists up here, you'll learn the night through every struggling fight. His might, the crowd ignites, the voices loud, the fights of glory, nice and proud.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Monday Night Raw. And there you have it. You're hearing the music. Nico Tronis, your Intercontinental Champion, heading to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, this past weekend at the Gimmick Factory, Nico Tronis and Action Figure Addict had words in the locker room. And Nico Tronis said, how about we settle this on Monday Night Raw? And Action Figure Addict upped the ante. He said, why don't we involve our ladies in this whole mess? And Nico Tronis said, hell yeah. As he is now heading to the ring, it's going to be mixed tag action. Nico Tronis and Stephanie McCurr taking on Action Figure Addict and his lady, Julia. Nico Tronis, of course, your Intercontinental Champion, as this crowd lets them know what he thinks, but he is not at all impressed with the LSWA crowd. Nico Tronis, your current reigning and defending Intercontinental Champion. I wonder who he's going to fight. I wonder who's going to be the number one contender heading in to King of the Ring. And here we go, debuting for the very first time in LSWA, La Primera, Nico Tronis' lady, Stephanie McCurr. And I really hope the WWF don't come after me because I'm using this theme song. As she is heading to the ring now. Do we call her a she-devil? She has horns. But we have no idea. She is heading to the ring, has made quite a name for herself in the independent scene, and of course, internationally. Big-time star at the CMLL promotion, big-time star in New Japan. Was the hottest free agent signing at the WWF at the time. And is now here at LSWA. When WWF was liquidated and bought by the LSWA, we got all the rosters. As Stephanie Vaquer now is here on Raw, teaming up with Nico Tronis. Although I don't know if she's fully aware of Nico Tronis' intentions, as he is a dirty, dirty individual. And here you go, you know that theme. Action Figure Addict was picked up this week, or last week, I'm sorry, by Adam Pearson and Nick Aldis. He is officially here on the Raw roster. I am being told that he told the brass that next week he will have a new hairstyle. Apparently he's going back to the drawing board. He's going to go to the hairstylist and re-relax his hair. Doesn't want to be referred to as Jerry Curl. He said, we're going to put that to bed when I left WCW. Although Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce said it's not the hair that makes the man, it's the man that makes the hair. And hell, Bob Ross had quite the hair, and we all appreciate him, don't we? As Action Figure Addict is here officially on Raw. Next week will be in action against Carmelo Hayes in the Cruiserweight title tournament. As he is now taking it in right now. He is officially a member of the Raw roster. Was a little fed up with some of the treatment that he had with the WCW brass. As you are seeing the Gimmick Factory logo behind him as he trains religiously at the Gimmick Factory. I'll explain that. And here we go. He said, if you're going to bring in Stephanie Vaquer, I will go across the sea as well to the land of the rising sun and put a call in to Julia. They refer to her as the Beautiful Madness. Apparently she is here to team up with Action Figure Addict.
Tokyo, Japan.
She is here now. Ladies and gentlemen, the women's division has now been put on notice. As later tonight, Kitsune goes one-on-one with Stacey Hatch to crown the Raw Women's Champion. And right now, you are seeing the dawning of a new faction, of a new group, Action Figure Addict and Julia. They said this is just the beginning. They will be recruiting a new group. As you know, at the LSWA, people tend to quickly faction up and join each other because no one wants to be a solo. As you know, the number game will catch up with you if you are riding solo. So a lot of these guys are finally factioning up. Even I'm being told right now that Rhea Ripley has officially been sent to WCW so she can team up with one Rowdy Riles. So that's happening for sure. As ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The bell rings and Nico Tronis now going right at Action Figure Addict. And a big time move already. Takes him right out of his shoes. Action Figure Addict might be in some serious trouble as he is fighting a heavyweight in Nico Tronis, your current Intercontinental Champion. As Nico Tronis proved his value when he beat the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle in one-on-one competition at Backlash to win the Intercontinental Championship. And look at that maneuver. Beautiful flapjack. Nico Tronis drops Action Figure Addict face first onto the canvas. And a discus punch by Nico Tronis. We apologize right now. We lost some of the feed, the sound in the arena. We'll get it back ASAP. That is for sure. As Julia looked like she was going to try to get involved with Nico Tronis, but thought against it smartly. As Nico Tronis now has Action Figure Addict right where he wants him. And beautiful crossbody by Nico Tronis. Goes for a cover here. And in comes Julia to break it up. And Nico Tronis having some words as he stomps out Julia's boyfriend, Action Figure Addict. And now he's got, look at this beautiful maneuver right there by Nico Tronis. Drops Action Figure Addict face first into the canvas. And now a knee right to the face. As Nikotronis works over Action Figure Addict, who is in big time trouble here. And a clothesline puts down Action Figure Addict. Now he's going to lock on an arm bar here. But Action Figure Addict rolling out of it, punching Nikotronis right in the face and breaking the hold. And now, wait a minute, what's Action Figure Addict going to do here? Oh my word, an American Destroyer hits the American Destroyer right there on Nikotronis. And that was what he needs. The feed is back here. Look at this now. Beautiful Tiger Driver. One, and Stephanie Vaquer now breaks that up real quickly and gets out of dodge. As Action Figure Addict turned his sights onto Stephanie Vaquer, but she rolled out of the ring just in time. And now Nikotronis is getting up to his feet. And Action Figure Addict with a beautiful front drop kick right off that second rope and puts down Nikotronis. And now kicks Tronis right in the back. As you know, Nikotronis might be nursing some injuries that he's not going to tell us about. As like I said, he went one-on-one with the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. And beautiful maneuver by Nikotronis, going for a cover here. 1, 2, and a kick out by Action Figure Addict. The referee, Matt Bobbin, right on top of that one. As Nikotronis now waiting for Action Figure Addict to get back up to his feet here. As he is now, looks like he's going to go for that Razor's Edge maneuver. Razor's Edge. Drops Nikotronis, drops Action Figure Addict right into those ropes. That could be dangerous. 1, 2, and that Action Figure Addict just kicks out. Nikotronis can't believe his eyes. As he is in shock right now. As he is now going to Irish whip Action Figure Addict to the corner. We might get our first tag team maneuver. No, we don't. Instead, Nikotronis is going to choke Action Figure Addict in the corner here. And now, wait a minute, Action Figure Addict reverses it, drops down Nikotronis. As he is now going to stop and step right over Nikotronis. That could be considered a low blow, as he did step on the breadbasket. And he's going to go for that American Destroyer again, but reversed by Nikotronis, putting him down. And now Nikotronis is going to display some serious power here as he jacks up Action Figure Addict right up and puts him right back down on his face. And drops an elbow right to the chest. As Nikotronis now really working over Action Figure Addict. And now is going to officially tag in Stephanie Vaquer. And now Julia has to come in, as it is not intergender rules. It is mixed tag rules. As Julia now, what a maneuver there. Falcon Arrow puts down Vaquer. 1, 2, and a kick out by Vaquer. As now the boys have put the hands of the battle in the ladies. And the question is, are they going to take this weird feud? Oh, what a maneuver by Julia with them that Action Figure Addict and Nico took with them. As Julia now really working over Stephanie Vaquer with a knee right to the head. Oh, what a headbutt, man. Puts Vaquer down. That might give you a concussion. Yeah, we always got to think twice about a headbutt. That might do more damage to you than it does to them. 1, and a kick out at 1. As now, wait a minute. Julia now seems to be going for that big-time suplex and does. T-bone style dump suplex. Puts her right on her head. And now is going to the second rope here. Begging Vaquer to get back up to her feet. And an arm drag by Julia puts Vaquer down. An Irish whip and a hammer fist right to Vaquer's face. Vaquer might be in some serious trouble. She better get the tag to Nikotronis before it's too late. And now Julia stomps Vaquer face first down. And now, wait a minute, running into the corner. Stephanie Vaquer now blocks it. Trying to get to Nikotronis, but can't. As now Julia stays right on top. Look at this now, another big-time maneuver here. Whoa, what a maneuver there. Puts her down for the count. This might do it right here. Going to walk over. Is begging Stephanie Vaquer to get up. And a knee right to the face. Drops Vaquer down. 1, 2, And Nico Tronis can't get there in time as Action Figure Addict and Julia pull out a big-time victory on their debut here on Raw. As Nico tried to do whatever it took, as you can see on the replay here. And in a big time, Razor's Edge drops him down to the ropes. You better be careful there. As Vaquer really had no answer for Julia as soon as she hit the ring. Took everything that she had. As Julia and Action Figure Addict are your winners here. As they celebrate together here. A happy couple. Your winners. Now, they said this is just the beginning, as they will be recruiting. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the booth. When we come back, the main event, the Women's Championship. Kitsune takes on Stacey Hatch. They won their respective matches at Backlash, and now they go one-on-one with each other. Ladies and gentlemen, they are headed to the ring right now, as you can see when we come back. No. And we are back, your main event. And here we go. The music hits. Stacey Hatch is going to come to the ring right now to take on Kitsune. One-on-one for the Women's Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, and since Stacey Hatch has hit the roster, she has proven that she is not intimidated by anybody and will throw fists with anybody who wants it. And as you know, Kitsune has been referred to as the Crazy Fox. Will do whatever it takes to win. Learn that one from her love Tombone. As Stacey Hatch now seems to be calm, cool, and collective as she knows what's on the line here. The WWE Women's Championship. As she goes one-on-one with Kitsune. I'm excited to see how this one plays out, ladies and gentlemen. This one is going to be not for the faint at heart. As we know, Kitsune throws scientifics out the window, will scratch your eyes out at a drop of a dime. As Stacey Hatch awaits her opponent right now. And here we go, Kitsune's theme now, ride loud through the arena.
And her opponent, representing the Spitfire Warriors from the Fifth Dimension, Fox.
From the Fifth Dimension, Kitsune is here. She is ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Kitsune is here. As she is heading to the ring now. Took on Radisson Vale at Backlash and won in a street fight. Got the job done, and recently at the Gimmick Factory, getting the job done against Rowdy Riles. And that was to earn her this shot here today. As I'm being told that Rowdy Riles also earned a shot at the WCW Women's Championship tonight on Nitro, on the other show. So I'm excited to call that later tonight, as Kitsune is here, ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to crown a new women's champion, and I hope you are ready to see it, as Kitsune goes one-on-one with Stacey Hatch in your main event of LSWA's Raw. She is here ready to go, Kitsune. I am ready to see this match play out, and here you go. That's what's on the line right there, the Women's World Championship. And we head to Shane Fair for the announcements. A waist lock applied by Stacey Hatch on Kitsune, starting hot out of the box here. They want that gold. And now Kitsune, nice reversal right into a snap mirror, into a chin lock here, headlock. Applied tight. And she now fires a knee into the swallow back and immediately goes for a cover here. Immediately, Stacey Hatch kicks out, not even at one. As now Kitsune really going to work over Stacey Hatch here. Look at this now. Stacey Hatch might have the striking advantage, but when it comes to athleticism, look at this right here. As you can see, that advantage will go to Kitsune every single time, as she learned from the great Rey Mysterio Jr. as well as Tomebone. What a Huracan Rana by Kitsune now puts Stacey Hatch down. And now is going for a single leg crab. But Stacey Hatch now, of course, trained at the same school that Lunchbox Killer trained, a former MMA star in her own right. Knows how to reverse maneuvers here. Look at now Kitsune, some closed fists there, punching right in the face. Stacey Hatch. And look at that kick there. Look at the feet, the educated feet by Kitsune. But ducking out of the way is Stacey Hatch. Now Stacey Hatch now going to work over Kitsune on the ropes here. Look at this now, choking her into the ropes. And now goes for a kick, but ducks it, does Kitsune here. Now look at this, Kitsune, what a German suplex by Kitsune. Drops Stacey Hatch right on the back of her head, one. And Stacey Hatch kicks out at one. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out here at the LSWA's Raw main event. Crowning a women's champion right now, Kitsune versus Stacey Hatch. And what another beautiful arm drag by Kitsune. As, wait a minute here, Kitsune doesn't know what's going on as she hears the music of Infinite Raw playing. And they are not coming out to the ring. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry, that was Radisson Vale's theme song playing, but Radisson Vale didn't come out at all. Just trying to lay a distraction here. But Kitsune, it seems like more focused than ever with another beautiful Huracan Rana. And now rolling Stacey Hatch in the ring, maybe figuring that she's got to get this done quicker than she thought before. And she now stomps in the swallow of the back. And beautiful standing move. The shooting star press. There's her finish right there. 1, 2. And there you have it. Brand new women's champion Kitsune. The distraction by Radisson Vale scared the crap out of Kitsune, so she went for it all real quick, and Stacey Hatch had no answer. As right now I'm seeing medical staff check on Stacey Hatch. Stacey Hatch might have suffered an injury there. I'm not sure. Or maybe on this German suplex, as you see right there, she was dumped right on the back of her head in that standing shooting star press. Kitsune, your brand new women's champion. Ladies and gentlemen, there she is celebrating with the women's championship. She deserves it. Fought hard lately at this LSWA. And she is now your women's champion. Kitsune the Fox. Touching the sky right now, and definitely touched the sky. She did, as she is now on the top of the mountain as the women's champion. As she can hardly contain her excitement as she is crying in the ring right now as your champion. You deserve it, Kitsune. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Monday Night Raw. I am Tony Styles. Next week, we have the second part of the first round of the title tournament. We're going to be breaking down to the King of the Ring tournament. Nico Tron, the Intercontinental Champion, will be in action. Ladies and gentlemen, so much to come as the weeks pile up. Thank you so much for being a member, and I hope you're enjoying this content as much as we love bringing it to you. As always, I am Tony Styles. This has been LSWA Raw. Until next time, have yourself a great night.